Satnam, dear ones. I'm beaming you from my healing space, and it is Thursday afternoon. I really have been wanting to share this communication with you, and this is probably the fastest way that I can do it. It's also an experiment for me because I don't usually do video teaching, so I hope you can feel me. I'm sending you so much love right now, and I'm connecting with you in this time and space. As the rain falls down and we are cleansed and purified, let us gather together to commune and to connect. The story that I want to share with you is kind of a funny one about releasing old habits and patterns that no longer serve you. And I had an experience, I guess it was last Monday. And so I want to first say that the process of letting go of old habits and patterns, it doesn't change. It always continues. Whether you've been practicing for a year or a day or 20 years or 40 years, there's always going to be another thing to clear and to release and to let go of. So I share this story from what's called a personally impersonal perspective. And so what this means, this was a term that Yogi Bhajan used. Personally impersonal means that I'm not sharing it with you because I need to, or because I need to process it, or, it's not personal for me. However, it is something that I experienced, and I'm using it as a teaching tool. So that's what sharing in a personally impersonal way is. And we can talk more about that. Okay, so what happened? For many years, I have loved coffee. And I grew up with my family in Seattle, and it was like coffee was just in the air and pumping through my mother's veins. I remember seeing my mom and dad drinking coffee and just loving the comfort and the bliss that is that caffeinated beverage. So when I was in college, I worked at Starbucks, and I was there kind of at the beginning of when Starbucks was just taking off, and I was full bore coffee enthusiast. And so I really loved the drug that is coffee. And, time passes, and over time I saw that it no longer served me, and I would stop it for a while and then come back to it and stop it for a couple years and then come back to it. And it kind of just had this cyclical pattern in my life. And with my health challenges that I've had over the past 6 to 8 years since having our kids, I kept getting the message that, coffee was not good for me, no more coffee. And so I would just try, but my adrenals were fatigued. And so in order to have the energy and the clarity that I needed to beat the brain fog, I would have coffee. And it was fine if I was using it as a treatment for the brain fog, if it was like a temporary treatment. But if I overused it, that's when it became a problem. So fast forward to last week, and I have been getting the message and guidance that I am done with coffee. So I've been listening to that and, slowly kind of weaning myself off a little bit, but feeling the well, not even resistance necessarily, but just feeling like, oh, okay, am I going to be able to make it without my coffee fix? And so I have made an agreement with my body to listen to the subtle signs that my body is sending me, rather than having it manifest in more dense or intense ways. And so my body had been sending me signals, and then on Monday I was given this huge cup, a really pretty big cup. Because the joke at our house is that I like a really big cup of coffee in the morning. And it said something like, Mama needs her coffee on the side of it. And so I had, my guidance said, no more coffee. But I said, no, just one cup. And I filled it up and drank that cup of coffee. And then something funny happened. I started feeling this really strange, energetic feeling, and I just started violently vomiting into the sink. And this went on and on and on for about an hour. And during that time, I said to all the gods, okay, I'm done with coffee. So I've been off coffee since last Monday, and feeling great. I did not have any withdrawals or side effects at all. I just went from that day off, and it's feeling really, really good. And I'm finding the source of energy from within, which is just amazing. And it had been coming. I knew it was coming for a while, because with the practice of Ishnan and the hydrotherapy, I really was so awake I didn't need coffee, but it was just a habit and a comfort. And so the point is that I didn't listen to the subtle signs that my body was sending me, and then my body had to get a little more intense. So that is my message. Sorry if it's a little bit gross, but I thought it would be appropriate to share something from a personally impersonal perspective about letting go of habits, because we all have them. And whatever your habit is, whether it's smoking, drinking, smoking pot, eating sugar, I don't care. Everybody has habits. We're all in this together. And it's not about depriving yourself of something that you love. It's about finding a way to live that supports your dreams and visions and goals. And this is what I have learned in my process over many, many years of letting go of things that I thought I needed. I love you very much. Please share your stories back of what lifestyle things you're taking on and what habits you are letting go of that no longer serve you. Sat Nam.